Hello Skyline GTR fans. So we have this recent release from error404. Oh, I've also seen it listed as 404error. So that's the problem when you have a cool logo like that and you don't actually write it in just plain English below it, right? So that could be mistaken in different ways. Right? This is not licensed, I don't think. No, I don't see it. No. Maybe it doesn't need to be. I mean, it's a full custom car, so. Anyways, I found this article here. Let me focus on this. This gentleman, Ryohe Koyabu, I'm not pronouncing that right. This is his R34, and currently it's been graphicked here with some stripes, but the model I got is the older version, I guess, without the graphics. And so here are the specs of this car from this article, if you want to know what all these parts that we're going to be looking at here today are. I think it said at the top this is a 500 PS engine, so somewhere around 500 horsepower. Alright, we got some tape. This tape always leaves these nasty marks. They're really not meant to be opened, these resin models, but how could I review it if I didn't? I suppose it is possible to review it, but you're going to get such reflections off the plastic box. I think it'll be difficult. So, alright, let me close out this. That's a loose cap. Yes, it is. The bottom is still in this, has this protective coating for the acrylic. There's two black screws holding that card down, so it is glued here, and unfortunately it's not really polished as well as other brands will do it. I can literally see a bunch of striations on the edge of this base, like the saw lines, so it wasn't polished much. Yeah, it's kind of cloudy. And then it has a photo etch nameplate here with the error logo, Ryohe's. It says Skyline R34 gifted. Oh, I guess he calls this car gifted. And does that say 400? Around 400 of this colorways out there. Alright, let's look at these images I could find. Not too many images of the whole car without the new graphics. So it's a photo shift. So there's going to be purple and green photo shift apparently here. You can see the front bumper is purple now. So just try to look at the shape and not the color. Seems pretty alright. Front 3/4. So it's got 6-spoke wheels, probably of the same photo shift. Wow, well, the car is so shiny. Look, it's reflecting the LED onto that computer screen, right? Or maybe it's the base reflecting it. Okay, got these vents in the fender and the hood. Rear view, quarter view. Okay, look at the wing struts. The same pattern there. Looks good. So you have the red reflector on the right and the white backup to the left of the license plate, and that is on this thing here. So the exhaust pipe, yeah, it looks like one big exhaust pipe there. Alright, well, you'll have to pause and decide for yourself. I don't have that luxury. Starting with this front wheel here. Well, it's molded very nicely. It's got the lug nut details, a bunch of perimeter bolts, and looking through it, you can see the cross drilling of the brake rotor there. I can't really tell if those are printed on or actually molded. Actually, I think they are molded. I feel like they're plastic. They're probably molded plastic rotors. And then the caliper itself is in like the 10 o'clock position. It's just silver. And, you know, it should be yellow based on the photograph. So, well, I don't know. Maybe at some point they were silver, but the photograph has yellow brake calipers. The lip of this wheel, I suspect, is actually aluminum. It has that finish of milled aluminum. You can't have chromed plastic look like that, or I've never seen plastic look like that. I think that's the metal wheel, at least the lip of it. The tire is alright. It's not slab sided. It's actually canted inwards a little bit, like it's stretched out. So it seems okay. It's obviously slammed quite a bit. There probably is tread, but I see a groove in there. But the nice thing is you don't see weird knobby tread blocks so much on the side view. There's something there and there, but it doesn't look like a rally tire from the side. So then we have this vent cutout here in the fender, and that's a carbon fiber graphic of some sort. It's probably a decal, but it's laid in pretty nice. I don't see any weird air pockets, or I don't really even see wrinkliness of it, so I'm not sure what to say what that is made of. I only wish there was maybe a little slot right there, because I do see that on the image. I think whatever this is, whether it's plastic or metal, I think it's plastic painted silver. They could have molded in that recess. Alright. Over here we have an inserted piece of metal for the grill screen. And then we have some, this is probably a photo etch piece there because the holes are so small, yet they're recessed. Alright, we're going to continue on this side here. So the photo shift, look at this, it is nice. It is very green there. It's kind of blue. And then you see it shifted to purple here. So it's a green, blue, purple shift. That's really cool. Alright, door handle recess is nice. Little dimple for the lock. Handle sticks out a tiny bit. That's nice panel gaps, not too wide. It's a smooth clear coat, it seems. The side windows have this photo etched metal painted black for the molding. The window itself is a really thin sheet and it's got blackout printing on the back side. The separate mirror here is just black and it's got a reflective sticker. Standard stuff for resin models. Oh, I didn't even notice. This has a graphic. Yeah, it is there. I didn't even notice. So, I think, what kind of wheels are these? Are they work wheels? I was going to say they might be raised. No, they're work wheels. So that's a Japanese brand. I believe they make some forged wheels like Ryohe does as well. So I'm sure those are expensive wheels. Alright, color shift there, the carbon here. Seems pretty smooth. I don't know if it's under a clear coat. Doesn't look too wrinkly. It might be under a clear coat. Alright, let's go around to the front here. So we have more of these inserted grills. Pretty sure those are metal. And this as well. This would probably be an intercooler if I had to guess. On the real car. And then this is a metal grill, which I think also has air passing behind it. See how if you look at the holes, I feel like, well, it's doubtful there's anything behind that, but I feel like there's an air pocket behind there. Alright, the headlights, yeah, nice clear lenses. And then looking past those lenses, there's a light bucket here, a light bucket there. There's like 3 light buckets. That one's got a round one, maybe a round one, and this is just a weird shape. Alright, so that's a pretty well done light assembly. The chin spoiler here, it is this photo shift color, but we didn't quite talk about this part here, this carbon fiber canard winglet thing. And I guess the carbon looks pretty good. It doesn't look as shiny as here though, so I do question if that's under a clear coat or not. I'm going to assume these clear rectangles are turn signals. That thing, and that thing. I think they are clear resin. I don't know if they're on a piece of metal or something, or if it's just clear resin put into the body. I feel like it's a separate piece. I think there's a silver lip right there. So I think it might actually be a photo etched piece of metal, and then they put clear resin on top of it. So that's a lot of work. This thing has no graphic, but the real picture has no GTR logo here. It's just a screen. Alright. Going around to the back. Did I see for a moment? Was that a vent? No, it's just a reflection. So the taillights, well, you know, these are kind of weak. These are not very good taillights. So if you look at the rear photo, this should be orange, right? The middle should be orange, the outside should be red. This is all red, but it's just the molding of it's supposed to be a cone, and then it has a smaller circle inside of it. It's slightly there, but I feel like they could have easily molded that better. I feel like other brands have. So that's a letdown. But the biggest letdown is the fact that it doesn't have, the orange turn signals. I mean, what is that all about? That's a big oversight. They got these right, yeah, the color and stuff of those. It's a CS glow or something diffuser. I do see some sort of graphic on that rear photo, so I'm sure that's accurate. I also see this rectangular thing starting out, and I don't know if there's anything in there. I think it's just flat and black back there. Alright, well, the exhaust tip here is very round. It's all black in the middle there. I'm trying to see how deep it is. There's definitely some depth to it. I don't know if that's molded plastic or if it's a metal tube. The edge is very thin. And then you can see all this silver. There's probably a muffler going on back there. Okay, you notice this has a little bit of a kink to it, this diffuser. And the back of the diffuser is just black, but the side bits have a carbon graphic going on. I do find it weak that there's no license plate. Maybe, I could understand not having the real license plate, but why wouldn't you just put an error404 plate on there or something, just say R34 or something, right? For the price of a resin, it should have a license plate. 64s come with license plates. They cost a lot less. Here's a lock thing there. I don't see any badges on the back of this car in the real world. This is a resin third brake light. And then we saw these look pretty accurate to the photograph. These photo etched metal wing struts. And the bottom of the wing itself seems to be pretty glossy. It's probably that same photo shift paint. The end plates are. And yeah, the top is pretty much all body colored, that whole wing. The angle, alright. I think I don't know if the side plates are metal or not. Possibly, they're just plastic. I'm not a fan of the diffuser lines because you don't really see them on the photographs, but pleasantly, because the windows are so thin, you can still see through, to the interior and stuff. But yeah, they're just unnecessary. Look at that, they're so big. It just doesn't look right. Alright, so the roof, it's relatively smooth. The reflection of the LEDs, not so bad. Okay. Well, we got the rear deck there. Boy, this camera doesn't know where it's trying to look. The dash. Oh, we didn't even talk about the hood here. So hold on, let's do that before the interior. So it must be a decal. I just can't decipher if it's under a clear coat. Doesn't look so bad. Not too bad, I guess. And then we have these hood latches. Those look like they're photo etched. You can see some sort of detailing there etched into them. This must be a decal. That definitely looks like one with the wrinkliness there. Okay, so that might just be a raw decal on the clear coat. I don't think it's under clear coat. Whoa, I wonder if those are holes there. Hold on. No, they just jammed the decal well in there. So it is nice how they laid in those decals. They definitely overlap each other. So that's good. All right, windshield wiper is wow. I thought they were just flat, but I think they actually are perpendicular to the windscreen, and they're extremely low profile. Look, they don't even stick out past the hood. But I'm pretty sure it looks like the blade is perpendicular to the windscreen, right? Yeah, it is. So those are some of the best wiper blades I've ever seen, because most often, like if they're perpendicular to the windscreen, they're sticking out a lot. They're very tall. But this is not the case with these. Those are really, really good. Very impressive. I do wonder if they're metal or not. I guess they have to be. They're so thin. The arm of the thing is so thin. Alright, sorry for the shaking. My camera's on one of those like spring lamp arm things. It's a suspension boom. Alright, the dashboard looks good enough. It's all molded black. And then, unfortunately, I think we're going to need a flashlight. Hold on. Alright, well, put this down here. Focus there. So the instrument gauges, yeah, they're definitely there. Maybe they're white on black gauges. The steering wheel looks good enough. There's no airbag apparently on this one. That screen at the top of the middle console, I can't tell if there's a graphic in there. I can tell there's a three-dimensional rear view mirror. It's not just a thin piece of metal. It's a molded mirror with a reflective sticker. Shine light from the back. Yeah, I don't think that screen on the middle, top middle is there's anything in there. It's a shame. Would have been cool if there's a decal in there. I mean, I think I've seen that in one of my Q scale cars. So that could have been a lot better. It should have been a lot done. The door panel, armrest. There's the finger pull or whatnot. That looks fine. The rear interior panel, there's something there. There's also a blue tank in the back. It looks like, oh, that's probably like a nitrous tank maybe, or maybe this thing has an air ride suspension. I don't know. It's got some detailing. It looks like it's got two pipe connectors there. So the stick shift, yeah, I can see that's suspended out there and this just floating. Let me hit focus again. Racing seats of some sort, but no harnesses or anything like that. Maybe they're supposed to be bride seats, I think, but no decal on the seat backs, which should have been done, I think, for the cost of a resin. All right. Yeah, the instrument cluster. That's about it. I'm wondering if there's any pedals now, which you often find in these models. I don't think I can get the angle. It's stupid defroster lines are blocking that view. Yeah, this is the only chance to maybe see pedals. Yeah, but I don't see anything. No, I doubt it. Well, oh wait, maybe right there. It's possible, but it's going to be hard to see even if they are there, just because of the design of this car, the way it is. So, you know, I very often sound very critical, you know, nitpicking these things, but I have the reason to back it up. This is a die-cast done by Stance Hunters of this R34. Look at the gauges. Look at what's going on in that center console, right? There's 3 different decals just in the center console. This is molded windows, so it's kind of distorted. But the top computer, maybe the radio is that green bar, and then there's some sort of main display down at the bottom, right? So why is this cheaper die-cast able to do such a much better interior? So I feel like error404 was just kind of phoning this one in. They're like, just slap together something, let's make some money. It's kind of disrespectful to the guy that owns this real car, I think, right? Ryohe. All right, here's another die-cast by what? Street Weapon. This is an estate wagon of an R34. I think it's really cool. This has a totally different type of interior though, because it's not a GTR. All right, so this place may have been a bad idea. I didn't think I was. Hold on. I keep using the same coaster all the time. I thought I'd try something new, but then I realized I brought out another model I wasn't thinking about bringing out. Here's just a road car. Again, this is a die-cast by Kyosho. The taillights on this aren't so great either. So that brings up a point. What about the taillights on this die-cast? I gotta say, this doesn't have orange rear lights turn signals either, but it is a much cheaper model. And then here's that Inno64 resin, which also doesn't have the turn signal lights. I can't get this thing open. This is one of the reasons why I hate these fake covered bases. The thing is like fused together, and it's just unnecessary, I think. So this die-cast here, it just has a plastic base, right, with a texture, and they tampo print it on fake stitching. I like it. You know, this fake stuff this is plastic. It's never going to go bad. But that fake leather stuff will go bad. It's going to crack off at some point in time. So I think it'd just be better if all brands, even the resins, just went to the basic things. I want a model. I don't want a big fancy box. I just want the model. I say that in all my videos. Okay. So, quality control wise, I didn't see anything wrong. It's just design wise, some issues, you know. If resin models are supposed to be the pinnacle of models in 164, this should at least have turn signals, right? Orange turn signals, even if they're printed on. Yeah, that's a big oversight when like other $6 die-cast will have plastic turn signals, right? So that's the main glaring issue. And then second, I think the interior, they could have obviously had some more decals in there. But other than that, you know, the outside things look pretty nice. You know, the inserted pieces, the carbon, whatever they did to lay up these carbon graphics, it looks good. They're not giant messes of air pockets and stuff. A license plate, that's another thing that could have been useful to have on the rear at least. And then I think they just wasted money putting the defroster lines on there. They should have skipped that and maybe put that money into something else to make this model look better. Alright, well, that's my critique on this particular thing. It's pretty cool though. Nice to have a different casting of an R34. So, and I guess maybe another great thing is it actually has metal wheel lips. I'm pretty sure those are milled aluminum wheels. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next resin video. Bye.